Hi, Patricia.
Hello, Simon.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good, not too bad. What do you think of the first image?
The first image. It's beautiful. It's lovely. Um, it's, I can see the fireworks in the background,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be the London Eye,
Very good.
and which is also amazing. And it's all lit up. The buildings are lit up, and um, and the sky seems to be a little gray, which I think would be typical of probably England. Yeah.
But is it England?
Pardon?
Is it England?
Yeah,
You
but I
sure?
mean it's gray. Yeah, or not? It's I said London Eye.
Yes, that's the London Eye.
Yeah, so London. Yeah.
Doesn't mean that's London, though.
Yeah, it doesn't mean really because the buildings look a bit different,
Uh-huh.
but these fireworks look so beautiful in the background.
That is true. Yeah, that's definitely not England.
No, it isn't England, but it looks like the London Eye very much.
There's something else in that picture that's a dead giveaway of someplace else.
Um, Let me think here. I fixed in my mind that London. So
Well, I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and get started? So I'm going to head and start with you since you were here on time. So I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And I want you to tell me what you think of when you see this image.
me, Simon.
Yep, you've got a minute and a half left.
Okay, sorry. What I feel. Um, um, it's exciting. Um, I forgot the words. Um, I can't find the words, Simon. When it's something's um, wow. No, it's. I think of metropolitan. I think of exciting, full of life, and um, yeah, that's what I think in summary.
Okay. Edmondson, what do you think of when you see this image?
Hello.
Hi.
Mm-hmm. Um, ferry wheels. Um, in a city seems Wollongong in England.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like a new year coming, something like that.
Now, sir, if I was blind, I'd only be picturing one thing in eye, this big eyeball. I'm sure you can describe it with a little bit more detail than that. Why don't you try and give us a bit more detail?
A little more detail. It seems fireworks at night, and it is a beautiful place. I cannot see people, but I think it is in a city, a big city, because the buildings.
Mm-hmm.
And what else? It seems like a celebration of something.
Okay, well, that was our first round. Now, guys, if I was blind here, I'd have a hard time knowing how big these things are, what size they are, what colors, what shapes. All that kind of information is missing. So as we go to the next round and I show you a different image, describe it to me as though I'm blind. Imagine I can't see what you can see.
Okay.
Right, so let's see. Okay, Patricia,
Okay,
you've
well,
got 2 minutes.
it's a wonderful picture. There looks like some woods in the middle of autumn, and you've got these reddish orange leaves. There's a path. You feel as if you go down this path, you will enter this woods. The sun is shining through the trees, so you can see the rays of sun, which change a little bit the colors of some leaves into an orangey color. It looks very peaceful, and I would love to be there. In fact, I'd give anything to be there.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives me a feeling of peace, of a very good feeling of nature, and I can almost I feel it's autumn because of the color of the leaves. And what else? The path is like grass uh, going down. On the left-hand side, you have the path. On the right-hand side, you have a better picture of the woods and the sun rays through the trees. I don't know what trees they are. Um, yeah, basically that, Simon. And the feeling, yeah, I'd love to be there and walk down this path. And it's very silent, yeah, peaceful and silent. And it could be afternoon, maybe,
Mm-hmm.
because of the position of the sun, or it seems the sun rays. It seems to be a country like Canada or something.
Good, much better this time. Thank you, Patricia. Greg, same image. What comes to mind when you see this image?
Uh, sorry. Okay, so on this tree, I see the forest, and I see the long, thin trees. There's like a on the left side, I see like a way for the people who can just went to this woods. So it's happening during the day, and also we can see many shades of the trees. What's come to my mind when I'm thinking about this? Um, I it's one of those places that you can probably make a long trip with the family to uh, make a picnic or something. Maybe we also see a lot of bushes um, especially on some bushes on the right side of the screen. Um, what else? I mean, I don't know. To be honest, I don't know what is the purpose of this forest, but as I said, maybe it's one of those public places where you can go. Maybe it's not a private territory. Maybe it's I don't know who is the owner. Um, I mean, I guess that's all that comes to my mind.
Okay, thank you very much. Ed Milson, you have 2 minutes. Let's see if we can describe it a little better this time. Again, imagine that I'm blind.
Okay. I'm seeing a picture of a place surrounded by trees and the 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 shining of the sun through these trees uh, in a beautiful view, forming a beautiful view. It seems like a sunset, and the region, I don't know, I'm not sure it is a forest, but it is certainly a countryside, and it's the season seems like autumn, and it is a beautiful place to camp. What else?
Why? Why is it beautiful?
Uh, because it is only nature. It is beautiful because you feel yourself surrounded by nature, and it seems a very calm place to be.
Okay, very good.
Was better than before.
Better, but you see, I have no idea what it looks like. I have no idea the colors, the brightness, the darkness, right? All that sort of stuff I'm missing out on. Because if you can't see, if you're blind,
Oh yes, that's right.
yeah, those are all the details you're missing out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. Next image. And I'll start with you, Patricia.
Oh, yeah. Okay, it's another beautiful place with a beautiful scenery. There's like a road right in the center of the picture, dividing at both sides. Uh, you've got these trees, but they are, I don't know what kind of tree it is, but they're much, how do you say, thicker, more, I don't know the word, Simon, bigger, thicker trees. They're more, and it's probably summer, I guess, or maybe, yeah, I'll say more summer, and the leaves are really, really green. And the road is empty. It's a very nice, it's a two-way road. It's, there are no cars in the picture, so it seems to be a very peaceful place, a countryside again. Uh, it makes me feel again, it makes me feel like driving down this road again, being in the picture. And I imagine there, if you stop and listen, there probably be many birds singing. There's this beautiful grass, really green, and you've got different shades of green. The trees where I guess the sunlight, you cannot see the sun, but you can feel that there's sun between the trees.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be warm, not hot, but a warm. Uh, and the trees are really Oh, bushy. I don't know the word, Simon. When there's lots of trunks and branches, so it's really closed. The trees at both ends join just above the main road, forming a kind of an arch.
I guess
Arch,
you could say the canopy, the top of the trees, the canopy.
the canopy. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Or you could just describe it using simple words. The trees lined on either side of the road, as their branches reach up to the sky, they cover the road in an archway of green.
Wow.
So you can get very poetic and describe it. You can use simple terms which resonate better, or you can describe it in terms of canopy, a sophisticated word that says it all at once. It
Yeah.
depends on your audience as to how you would describe it.
Okay.
So Patricia, you're getting much better. If I was blind, I'd have a better idea. I get an idea of the temperature, the time of year, what it looks like. The colors are starting to come through, so good job there. Greg, you're next. Same image. How would you describe the image and the feelings that you get from seeing this image?
I will try. Okay, on this picture we can see a road. I'm guessing it's a two-lane road. We can observe two solid lines in the middle of this road. It's not very wide road. It's on both sides. You can see a trees. Those trees are quite thick, had many branches. All those branches we can see leaves. So I'm guessing it could be a summer, but I'm not sure. Um, we can on the back we can see a sun rays coming out through the branches of the trees, and we can see a lot of shades on both sides because there are two rows of the um, trees, and there's like a distance between them. I'm guessing a couple of meters in some areas. How to say? Um, Close to the trees, there's no bushes, but there's grass on both sides. I'm guessing that this place could be somewhere on the country, where people just one of those places that just people driving through. They won't stop because there's nothing interesting. Um, it's hard to say if it's probably not if it's like a beginning of the forest or not because it could be just two rows of the trees. But it's hard to, as I said, probably I don't see any trees. I expect those two rows on one side. I could be wrong. Yeah.
Thank you, Greg. All right, well done. Edmondson, your turn. Same image.
Okay. Um, in this picture, I see a road. Um, this road is uh, empty, but um, it is surrounded by trees. Um, I can imagine this road as or a particular road or in a countryside because I cannot see um, houses, or buildings. Um, it is this picture was taken during the day because I see the clarity of the sun, the sunshine, and what else? I'm not so good describing.
Take your
I
time.
think.
Think. Imagine you're reading a novel.
Mhm. think I used all my vocabulary.
Okay, no problem.
Mhm.
Amp.
Well, this picture is a little bug in a in 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 a in the petal of a rose or a flower. This uh, that reminds me my small garden that from time to time I found some bugs on the top of my plants, and some of them are harmful, and I have to use some substances to eliminate them without causing damage to the plant. I I like it, flowers. I like the roses, and generally it's nice to see how the different colors of butterflies are around the the roses and the flowers, and but also sometimes appears some cats in my garden and they made their business on the flower pots, and then my flowers just die. But
Oh,
yes, yeah, and but it's I like to I like to see the different colors of some small birds also, and that comes to the garden because of the flowers. Unfortunately, we have roses the whole year, so it's 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 nice to see the different colors from the butterflies, and in contrast with the colors of the roses.
thank you. All right, Patricia, carrying on with the same image. Go ahead, please.
This is a photo probably taken by a professional photographer, and he focused on the bird, probably a ladybird, an orange ladybird with black spots, which is typical of a ladybird. It is on a flower, but and the background is kind of what's the word? Blurred. It's a mixture of colors, like as if, but it's the same tone, like or a yellow, greenish colors. It is. Oh wow. Um, what else? It is. Well, it's a orange and black dots in the flower, and the flower is on the right hand side, and the bug is sitting. Is sitting. It's just there. It must have been maybe a photographer just he. I forgot the word. When you take the focus off the rest, he focused only on the ladybird. Really. It seems to be. Wow, what else can I say about this image? Um, it's standing there like it's, I don't know if it feeds from flowers or what, but it's just there, stopped. Obviously, it's an image, and how hard. Um, that's it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, it's hard.
Now you're doing much better. Greg, go ahead,
Thank
please.
you.
Same image.
Okay, on this picture, we can observe a bug. Specifically, it is a ladybug. He's sitting on one of the leaves. He's sitting in the middle. It's probably quite high. Um, I don't know too much about the flowers, but we can see that it is probably those leaves are quite wide from this position. because I mean quite wide for this bug, so he can sit on it. This picture probably was made by a person who took a photo from the close distance because he really focused only on the bug that you can see on one of those leaves. We can see only a couple of them. We don't see what kind of flower it is. The background on these pictures is quite blurry. We can see that there are some shades, but we don't see anything except those leaves, expects the leaves and this ladybug. It's happened during the day. It's probably a sunny day. Maybe it's summer. What is interesting about this bug, ladybug, is that we have a confirm. I can confirm that it's sunny day because we see a sunny rays reflecting from this bug, so we can see a sun as a reflection on his body. Um, it's maybe someone who took this picture was a biologist or person who just like to make those kind of pictures because he doesn't have too much interest in taking pictures of the flowers of leaves. He definitely focused only on this ladybug, and there's nothing special about it. He's just sitting. All those legs are on these leaves, and it's like this bug just look at the front of the camera.
Like somebody said, say cheese, and
Yes,
dip.
cheese, and the bug is in this position like a real person.
Okay, great. All right, your time is up. Amp, you're starting with a different image.
Wow.
A little red, isn't it?
Yeah, a lot of red on it. I suppose it's a spring season. Well,
I doubt that. I seriously doubt that. Leaves don't fall in the spring, they fall in the autumn.
Yeah, but it's yes, I know, but there are leaves or just part of the flowers?
No, those are all the leaves. Look on the ground. They're on the ground and on the tree.
The red one?
Yeah.
Ah, so but it's a big contrast with the green that is behind them. Well, here there is a tree just in front of my house that is just have these well like a small petals that are there are flowers because there are fruits. This is a tree from fruit, and before having the fruit, well, we have all the street full of leaves, full of leaves. These petals that is there. The color is like purple. It's not purple. It's a mix in between purple and pink, and all of it seems like a big rug outside the street. It just is this is from the tree. It's a fruit that is not very popular. It's not very popular in my country. This fruit is a Norwegian pear, and it's a fruit that is in between sour and sweet at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And the color of the fruit is red when it's not completely ripe, and when it's really ripe, it's like a dark purple, and the shape is exactly like a pear, but it have a big seed inside of it. There are just a few of these trees in my city. I haven't seen too much of them. Just this one in front of my house that is from my neighbor. But just the flower is the color of the flower that is really amazing how much it can transform the floor with the color. It's so similar to this one, but you said that this is leaves, but in this case is the part of the flower.
Well done.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Now we're going to go back to Patricia with the same image. Patricia, what comes to mind when you see this image?
Okay. Well, the image is again very beautiful. These beautiful trees. The ground is covered. The tree leaves are red, so it's probably autumn. And the ground is completely covered with these beautiful leaves. So you can't even see the ground because it's all the red leaves which have fallen from the tree. And it is probably some park because right at the background you have some building. You can see between the trees, you can see a building in the background. So it really looks as if it's some park. The leaves are so red that honestly they remind me of like something like fire flames because they are so red. So I'd probably be really surprised. It really, I have never seen anything so beautiful in a way. What else? The country I wouldn't be able to tell because I wouldn't know. It's daylight and it's probably autumn, like I said. And there's no one in the picture again. It's so maybe it could be a picture that was taken during working hours. So there's no one in this park. It makes me feel really kind of amazed because it's so beautiful to be true. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. Again,
It does look a little fake.
pardon?
It does look a little fake.
It does. It's too beautiful. It looks a bit little fake, yeah. Oops.
It looks photoshopped to me. There's just way too much red.
Yeah.
And yet everything else in the picture, you look at the other trees, you see little bits of brown or other colors, but here in the tree, all the leaves appear to be bright red, including the dead ones on the ground. So that's my view. All right, Greg, I changed it up. What comes to mind when you look at this image?
Okay, so I see a bird. It's probably a parrot. So we have a lot of colored feathers. Um, this parrot is sitting on some kind of branch. The background is quite blurry. It it's probably this picture was made in his natural environment. What is quite interesting, the photographer he focused only to observe this bird and probably have an occasion to make a picture of this bird. What we can see is that bird is looking at the person who was taking this picture. Maybe this bird, this bird is not aware that somebody is there. Maybe the person just use his camera to zoom in the screen. and to have a better view on this bird. Probably he was scared that he can fly away from this place. This bird doesn't look like to be scared of something. He is more like uh, curious about what's happening at the front of him. So, how to describe what kind of distance it is. From what I see in the background, probably in the background, maybe there are some trees. We see some like brighter places in some areas, so it's probably happening during a day. It's
Thank you very much, Greg. Amp, I'm going to give you the same image. Go ahead, please.
Is this real?
Yeah, actually, this looks real to me. That's the reason the blurred background. You've got a shallow depth of field. So that one, yeah, that definitely does look real to me.
Well, I just I went the last month to a park here that is called the historical park, and in this place there are some species from different regions from my country. And yeah, there was a different kind of these birds, parrots, and with different colors, and apparently you say, oh, they belong to the same family, but in between them there are some differences. There was a particular couple of birds that said the guy explained to us that these animals just they are always living in couples, and when one of them die, the other just die after the first one, because they are like connected. If one die, the other just feel depressed, and then they also die. And there was another kind that it was blue and yellow. This one was very special because it was in a tree, but with his beak, he was just like devouring all the branches of the tree. Yeah, and the green and red. Yeah, different sizes, different colors, and well, just the expertise can explain the differences.
Wow, look at this one. I know Patricia's going to love this one.
Wow. Wow, this is an amazing image. Really.
That's my backyard.
Oh my goodness.
No, not really.
You are so lucky.
Well, in a way, that is my backyard where I live in the country. It's very scenic. Excuse me, sorry about that. Go ahead, please.
Okay, it's a picture of, oh, what the word be, a lake or a pond or a stream. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to call it a lake. It's the picture, it's a picture that's like, it's got many details. In the first part of the picture, the foreground, I think you say, there are these stones. They are grayish bluish on top there, and they've got some leaves, some. It seems like there's been a change in the season, maybe, because on the background you've got all these green trees, but on the stones you have these still autumn leaves, red leaves on it. The water is really, although in the background you've got a kind of a little fall, the water seems to be still really calm. It's very clean, very, oh, it's even difficult to describe this image. In the background you've got all these trees, and you've got on the left hand, not exactly in the corner, but you've got this fall, waterfall, I can imagine this water to be really cold. It's shallow water where you can see all the stones under the water, so it's really shallow. At least the front part of the image, the
All right,
first.
thank you. I'm going to go on to Greg now, again with the same image. Greg?
Okay. So on this picture, on the first place, what's on the top of it, of this picture at the beginning, we see some stones. On the stones, we have some kind of leaves. Probably they fall from some kind of trees. We see a creek. What's interesting in this creek that we can observe that some of those stones are coming out from the creek. So it's not really deep. It's probably shallow because the water is so clear that we can see some stones probably at the bottom of the creek. Um, they're like spread in many different places. Uh, we can also see that it took a place during the day because we see a sunrise uh, reflection of the sunrise at this at the surface of this creek. Um, Later, what we can observe um, that they are far away from those stones. There are some kind of trees that have many leaves on those branches. On the right side, on the left side, and somewhere in the middle, there's some kind of trees, a lot of them everywhere. So it's probably some kind of mountain, uh, place in the mountain.
Hope I've lost the screen. Oh, here we go. All right, thank you very much for that, Greg. Amp, you get to start with a new image. What a beautiful, beautiful image of life and vibrance and colors, and or maybe not.
Yeah,
What can you say about this?
yeah. The life is just disappearing in the middle of the desert with um, that weather too hot on it. The your just you can have just branch instead of the green the vegetation on it. It's dirty, just really dirty, the dry, and you can see the roots that are just appearing on the surface because the terrain is so dry and probably all the sand is just uh, flying to another place and no no life no birds on it different to the landscapes that we had before and here it's no green at all looks dry and without without hope of life in this rounder. Um, there are these little trees that we saw at the background. They probably they have the same size the one in the front, but yeah, they are also dry and because of the disposition of the trees, probably a long time ago, it was life there with animals and just flying around this place.
Thank you very much. All right, Patricia. Well, you've got this wonderful image to look at as well. What comes to mind when you see this image?
Wow. What comes to mind? I don't know, I might be completely mistaken, but it makes me think of something like, no, it would be too sunny for Scotland or Ireland or something of the kind. Not sunny, but it looks like the coast. It's some coast, and you've got in the background, you've got these clouds, blue clouds and gray tones, different tones of blue, dark blue, but you've also got like a sunset. So you've got this orange and yellow right below the clouds. So it's like an interesting image because you've got both things at the same time. You've got the sea, which is a beautiful blue. It looks really clean, but still it gives me the idea of cold. And you've got this on the front foreground. I don't know if I'm right. You've got this vegetation where there are some very beautiful, very, I think their word is dainty, little pink flowers, reddish pink flowers, mixed with this weeds, which are a yellow, again, fire-looking color. And you've got all the stones. It's probably cold, I believe, although it might be summer or even maybe spring, I'm not sure. But I imagine it must be extremely peaceful also. And I would love to be sitting there watching the sunset. And it's not windy, probably. Okay.
And Greg, you got a new image.
Okay.
What comes to
So,
mind when you see this?
okay, so in this picture, we see some kind of creek. What's which is particularly interesting in this place that what is very noticeable is we see in the middle of the picture, almost in the middle, but not equally in the middle, the waterfall. So um, this place is surrounded by the trees. So we have some kind of trees, some kind of with some kind of leaves on the right side of this photo. Um, the waterfall, we can observe on the water that there's a reflection of the waterfall in that we can see in the creek. So it's probably happening during a daytime. This place is surrounded like by the mountains and trees. Um, we don't really see um, how high it is, but it's probably high because um, we just don't see any, how to get out from this place. Maybe the person who is um, took this picture was just it was the way when he from where he came from. Um, what else? Um, I'm sorry, I lost the ideas.
That's all right. Amp. This odd image.
It's in a peaceful place with cabins around there, just to have a time for relax, um, being near the water, and to hear the sound of the waves. I think it would be a nice place to spend time and for vacation and relax. Then probably the cabins are made of a natural material, and they can bring you a lot of comfort, uh, different to the one that you can find in a hotel in a city. Just feeling the breeze from the water during the day. Um, even when the day can be sunny, just because of this material, you can feel a nice environment inside this cabin. Or at night, it would be great just because of the wind and the just the moon reflecting on the water. Yes, I think it's a paradise to be in a place like that. Yeah, if you have all the commodities that you need, and if you like to spend time near the water, yes, that is it must be a nice place to to go on vacation. Uh, Probably, I don't know. It's real the picture because the sky is so like a painting. But yeah,
All right, thank you. All right, Patricia, let's see what I got for you this time. Something a really bizarre image.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Oh, how beautiful.
Go ahead, please.
Okay, to start with, it's again another breathtaking image. Um, you've got this lake and a little, it's not a bridge, pier, you can say. And the other side of the lake, you've got these beautiful trees, all yellow shades, yellow and orange. And behind these, you can see the roofs. You can't see clearly the houses because you've got these trees covering parts. So I can see some roofs, some houses. So and some hills can be seen on the left-hand side. In fact, a hill. And the water has like the reflection of the trees. So it's like you've got the same image inverted because it's so clear. It's like a mirror. You've got like a mirror where you can see the trees. On the right-hand side, there are they look like weeds, high weeds. And it really is amazing, the image. And it looks again very peaceful. It's daylight. Probably, not necessarily, but it might be autumn again because of the color of the leaves. And the water is really still. And I would be lovely to be in the picture again, sitting on this pier, listening to the birds, and it's really calm, quiet, peaceful. What else?
Well, there is nothing else. Your time is up.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, I want to talk to you a little bit about next class coming up, which is Hangman. This is my last class today, and apparently, looking at the schedule, tomorrow is the last day of doing classes. Is that correct?
yeah, you are the only one that have class on February 18th.
Those bastards. All right, well, then you know what? I'm going to have to do something about that. So let's see here. I have 2 classes tomorrow. You know what? Depending on how many people show up tomorrow, I will keep going till midnight, my time. So I've got 2 classes. If there's enough demand, I will continue to have classes after that. I don't think so. I think things are kind of winding down. So that's what I'm going to try to do. It's kind of sad that I can't believe we're already at that moment where, you know, it's kind of, we're coming up to the last day. And let's see, what classes do I have for tomorrow?
Jeopardy and conversation.
Oh, yeah, so we're going to party it like it's 1999. We're going to have fun. We're not going to focus so much on learning as we're going to focus on having fun, because this is kind of the last time of group classes. And try to have a little bit of fun in the next class too. So like I said, if at the end of the second class tomorrow there's enough demand for another class, I will have another. And after that, if there's a demand for another, I'll have another. If there's not, then I won't. So, end of an era. So I got to get going because I need to take a quick break before I get ready for my next class. But I'll be back here in 5 minutes, guys. So I hope to see you then.
See you then.
Take care.
Okay, thank you. See you.
Bye. Bye, guys.